Yeah, let's get started. Hello, everyone. I'm Masa, Secured Finance founder and CEO. Thank you very much for this opportunity. Today, I'm going to talk about the Filecoin yield curve and stablecoin. So we are decentralized fixed income infrastructure. So what does it mean? It's basically coming out of my previous experience as a TradFi developer and derivative structurer. I see the DeFi space are missing fixed income business opportunities, especially fixed income interest rates. Fixed rates market is missing, and it's very hard to create for the pool-based AMM model. That's why we chose order book-based business model. But not only that, we are going to build a fundamental finance infrastructure by creating a yield curve that gives you a discount factor to price any future cash flows. And then it can expand to derivatives market. So it's a huge opportunity. Derivatives market is $630 trillion space. Interest rate swap, basis swap, and cross-currency swap is huge market, which is never seen in the crypto space and also TradFi retail space. It's more like an interbank market. An interbank market is so exclusive, but it's super flexible. That's why I wanted to democratize and make available for everyone. So today's agenda is basically we want to announce that we came to FEM. We launched our protocol fully on FEM recently. And also we built the Filecoin yield curve. So what does it mean? It's basically we have launched our smart contract platform on Ethereum, Avalanche, Arbitrum, and Polygon ZK EVM already. And we're using bridging services and bridged wrapped Filecoin for other chains. But it's kind of hard to maintain the liquidity. And then finally, we decided to come to Filecoin in order to build native Filecoin yield curve, because definitely Filecoin ecosystem is supported by the Filecoin storage providers that deal with native Filecoin and don't want to bother, bridging and take any risks for the bridging things. So really wanted to build a native Filecoin financial market. So that's why we came here. So the first item is Filecoin bond market. And don't worry about what is bond. I'm going to explain what it is. And it's basically Filecoin fixed income markets by collateralized lending. So bond, if the corporates borrow money, you want to issue corporate bonds to borrow money. That's basically a lending. It's kind of like a paper becomes a paper, and then that's kind of bond. We want to make it a tokenized bond, and that's possible now. And the second item is points program. Nowadays, a lot of DeFi projects are, incentivized, early adapters and promising that kind of some rewards in the later stage. So we're happy to also incorporate the points program so that it will be quantified your early contribution. So later on, we know, okay, you have contributed early days, and then we're happy to reward you as an early supporter. So it's kind of incentive program. It's 6 stages incentive programs for Filecoin order book liquidity providers. And lastly, I am going to talk about the idea of stablecoins and Filecoin, and now Filecoin DeFi ecosystem is supported by lots of liquid staking project, and we want to have also the capability of adding utilities on liquid staking tokens. So and then taking all this Filecoin and iFeel and other liquid staking tokens as a collateral, and then create something like a DAI-like stablecoin issuance. So I'm going to expand this later on. So first item, why bonds? So yeah, we want to build a bond market because bond is a standardized lending thing. So lending, it usually happens on a peer-to-peer. Let's say if I want to borrow from Protocol Labs, then I have to write a signed paper. It's kind of peer-to-peer. It's a one-off deal. There's no standardization for the lending purpose. But to ensure this paper to be liquidated and then goes to the secondary market to buy or sell, we need a standardization, and it requires a lots of trading experience and financial knowledge. That's something we can add value and standardize. Okay, what is the standard lending as a bond market is what we're building. But before that, so Filecoin bond market. So how does the Filecoin bond market look like? It essentially, this is the essence. If you look at the order book, this is a market. So if you look at the order book, this is really the pure essence of the bond market. Now, if you look at the center, it's 97.02 as a recent traded price. What is 97.02? It's also one of our standardization. It is zero coupon bond standardization. And, this is a lending market. So as you can see, it is a maturity of September 27th this year. It is 78 days from today. So if you borrow now, like a 97 Filecoin, you have to return 100 Filecoin on September 27th. So within 78 days, you can earn about 3%, just 78 days. And then the annualized APR is calculated as 14.04%. This is a recent traded market. So as you can see, this is a public order book system. So anyone can join, bid and offer. So you can see the market rate. What is the market rate? So if you want to go outside to negotiate with the lending terms, you can just reference this data. Hey, this is the market data, so the interest rate should be around 40% or somewhere. So it reflects the entire market. So it's not defined by the pool-based. It's more like a entire network. So this means this is open market, and literally anyone can buy, sell Filecoin bonds, borrow or lend Filecoin bonds. So I want to explain how to borrow. If you're Filecoin storage providers, you want to borrow lots of Filecoin. So if you want to borrow, you can take a look at pink areas. Pink orders are for borrowing Filecoin. If you want to borrow Filecoin, you want to place the borrowing order. The closest to mid price is 98.00, and then above one is 98.25. It's arbitrarily. You can choose your price, your comfortable interest rates. Okay, I can pay 10%, or I can pay 9%, or I don't want to pay a lot. Okay, let me place 6.96%. Then you have to place the price 98.50, and then you have to wait until the market moves. But if you want to execute now, you want to place the price closer to the market. Or if you want to urgently execute, urgently borrow, you can take the order from the green area, which is 97.00, which is APR 14.14%, which is still attractive compared to the other lending services. It is, if you're okay with paying 14.14%, then you can just take it, the deal, as quick right now. So it's transparent, it's an open market. And on the other hand, if you're, let's say, lots of Filecoin, if you have lots of Filecoin team members or some investors, you want to lend, you want to earn some interest rates, and also support Filecoin ecosystem, provide liquidity for the storage providers, but with a fair market manner, right? That you don't want to negotiate with all the storage providers. So in that case, you can come to our order book system and then just place the green prices. In that case, the most favorite price is 97.00, and this is your lending price. So this means if you lend out, let's say 97 million Filecoin, And then you can expect to return 100 million Filecoin at September 27, which is quite attractive. So that's how it works. This is the order book. And I think this is quite standard and long-term history of the traditional finance. It's still, professional traders are still using this system. So it's really battle-tested system that is working perfectly. So, lastly, I want to talk about the zero coupon bond. What is a zero coupon bond? It's basically we remove the interim coupon payments and make it just initial and final payments. So it's called a discount bond, discount factor, discounted bond. So discount bond price 97 will become 100 at maturity. So for the beginners of the finance, let me explain how the APR calculation works. So let's say green color, right? You want to lend, you want to invest. You just purchased Filecoin, and you can lend out. And look at the green area, and now look at, okay, 97. Okay, let's lend out at 97. And it will return at 100. So at maturity, you earn 3, right? So 100 minus 97 and divided by your initial capital, which is 97. And it will be expanded to the annualized. So it's basically divided by 78 days times 365 days. It gives around 14% APR. This is fixed rate at execution. If you take this order, 40% is guaranteed. I think this is a huge difference with pool-based or other, compound ABE like variable rates or lending system. Our system is fixed, it's guaranteed. So we can ensure the future cash flow, the future value of the tokens. And basically the process, here is our web application, just snapshot, which is how to borrow with cheap interest rates. You want to borrow Filecoin with cheapest interest rates. And then just go through from top to bottom. First, basically you have to deposit collateral first. But anyway, you have to choose either lend side or borrower. Lend is to buy bonds, and then borrow is to sell bonds. You can choose borrow, and then you choose limit order. You can choose market order. Basically, market order just bypass the placing the order book. It just take the market. But in this case, you can just place the limit order, and you just input 98.50. This means you wanna borrow with really cheap interest rates, 6.96%, which is like a 3 notch above the mid price. But that's fine. You can wait because you don't want to pay high interest rates. 7% borrowing rate is quite attractive, right? So you just input 98.50, and the APR is automatically calculated and is showing to you. And amount, let's say you can borrow 10,000 Filecoin and just manually type it, or you can use slider, and it just gives a automatic calculation. And estimated present value is basically how much in dollar value for the payment amount. And the other one is a future value. It's a 10,152. What does it mean? It's basically you borrow 10,000 Filecoin, and 2 months later, you have to return 10,152 Filecoin. That is the absolute amount you have to return back to the lender. And then just click the button. You have to deposit collateral. I'm sorry, our protocol is fully collateralized and the credit risk is fully covered by the collateral. You have to deposit collateral first. So in our case, to borrow Filecoin, we require collateral, which is iFeel or other currencies. For Ethereum network, we take Ether, USDC as a collateral. We can take more collateral as long as it is ERC20 based. So yeah, this is how it works. I just let you know our new feature, which is bridge services. We just integrated Acceler's bridge service, which is quite amazing. It's maybe people here know about this, but it's not quite popular amongst the world. But I use it and so amazed by how easy it is to convert crypto like a Ethereum USDC into Filecoin, right? You can just come to our app and just slash bridge, and then the cross-chain bridge powered by Axel network is possible, and then bridge then swap is just one step. It's so fast. It provides a boost functionality. It only takes about 20 seconds to 1 minute to just convert from Ethereum USDC into Filecoin. All happens within MetaMask within 1 minute, which is so amazing. And not only Filecoin, you can actually convert Ethereum USDC into Arbitrum USDC. It can happen just 1 minute. It's so amazing without permission. It's really amazing. Yeah. I created a new account, and I need a gas. Okay, how can I get that? Okay, let's use this bridge. This is super useful. So I'm just like introducing these new features. And another one is more like to give you a trading opportunity. So we build yield curve, right, to up to 2 years. From traditional finance perspective, the yield curve play, right? You want to compare the price is cheaper on or higher among the yield curve. And also you want to compare with the past curve, like a 1 day ago or 1 month ago. And you want to find out the opportunity and apply kind of mean reversion or some kind of a trading strategy. It gives you an additional analytic vector. So it's a historical curve. It's super helpful. We're now implementing now, and it allows us to compare 3 different time horizons, and it can give you a spread analysis. So it gives you more arbitrage trading. This means this yield curve is always arbitraged and then correct the price. And then this allows you to find a fair price discovery. This fair price discovery is so important because this interest rate could be used as a benchmark rate for the derivatives market in the future. So yeah, this is coming and I'm so excited. And I was inspired by the Bloomberg, the interest rate trader as always using this. So I'm super excited to see this spread analysis. So just to give you just quick overview of what's coming on our new UI updates. So it's easier to product select and a yield spread analysis as possible, and a recent trades tab is coming, and also input make easier. APR based input or price based input or mid price input, and also US dollar based input. All this kind of like a subtlety comes into built into this input field. So it gives you a better smooth trading experience. It works almost same as Bybit or Binance or Hyperliquid type of trading experience. So, but this is bond market. So it's not a crypto. It's a crypto denominated bond market. So yeah, that's our trading terminal updates. And then the second point I want to talk is points program. It's basically incentive program. I think a lot of people nowadays are so exposed to lots of points program. We need points program to incentivize because order book requires a lot of liquidity. So we incentivize them. So why we need points is we want to fuel liquidity bootstrapping. Initial liquidity is kind of like a biggest problem for us, because we have to match lending side and borrowing side, both sides. It's a chicken and egg problem. So we really want at least one side, like Filecoin team members, hey, please provide the lending side, and then I can find out the borrowers, right? And then vice versa. So we definitely need this bootstrapping, and we can pay out points. These points can be used as a measurement of quantitative measurement for token distribution. And it rewards, we want to incentivize 3 activities: deposit, and placing orders, and holding positions. Yeah. And then we are going to launch our tokens, and we pre-allocate 1% to 3% of token allocation for the early supporters. And then we measure a number of points you have, and then just allocate more distribute tokens on a pro rata basis. And as our incentives further, we double the points for the FVM market. So please join us now for the FVM thing, FVM provider. So if you come to our app/points, it's already listed, 3 types of quests. So first one is to incentivize deposit, secure Filecoin vault, and the second one is placing limit orders, and you earn like a double points, like a $1, we give you 4 points. And if it becomes active positions, we give you up to 6 points per dollar. So that is kind of like a liquidity incentive quest. It's now up and running. So how you find out is you go to Filecoin TLDR and use DeFi on Filecoin, and you just find out the getting started. You can check out our audit report by QuantStump, and also address, now we are taking Filecoin and iFeel as collateral. And so if you have some extra amount, or if you have already like a staked, have plenty amount of liquid staking tokens, iFeel, then please come to us. We can give you our points as well. And this is a Filecoin Infinity Quest. It's kind of 6-stage approach. It's got depositing, limit order, active position, and going forward, we're going to mint a stable coins. So that's coming on a stage 4 thereafter. So basically this is a points dashboard. You can take a look at how much points we have for depositing, limit order, active position. We also have daily login, and number of daily consecutive logins can affect the point boost. We can give you like some percentage of the points boost you earn. And we also have referral code. So you can just get your referral code and you can get 15% additional points for your friends, from your friends. And your friends also get 5% additional points. So it's both beneficial for both sides. And finally, stablecoin. So we definitely need a stablecoin. After having conversation with Filecoin team and storage providers and also OneBennett, and definitely Filecoin ecosystem needs stablecoin. But how long I have? 6 minutes? Okay, good. So we take Filecoin, native Filecoin, and liquid staking tokens, and then it's like a MakerDAO. It's like a DAI, like crypto-backed stablecoin. We are in a good position to create stablecoin because as MakerDAO, it has a liquidation mechanism. So it's basically taking what MakerDAO does is take Ether as a collateral and then just mint a DAI and then apply the liquidation mechanism. It's kind of basically the same idea of lending market. We already have this operation and smart contract taking the currency as a collateral and then make it a lending market. And if the mark to market goes below the threshold, liquidation happens. So that's why we can create stablecoins so quickly. And why it's important is on the right hand side, Filecoin and LSDs, engineers are creating a strong ecosystem of generating new Filecoin, and also lots of liquid staking projects are creating additional yields and additional use cases. Also, native Filecoin is supposed to be used for large scale, like a petabyte, exabyte scale of the data retrieval or something. But on the other hand, when we have stablecoin in the entire ecosystem, it brings economic stability and also the economic independence, because we don't really depending on external services or blockchains, because we have internally the dollar value, which is stablecoin. It's actually enhancing ecosystem growth. It can allow Filecoin-based DeFi protocols and also payment services. You can pay dollar value amount within the Filecoin ecosystem, which is super awesome. You can pay more like a retail level, like a CDN services, like a fast retrieval payment, like a pay-per-use. You can pay in US dollar if you have stablecoin. That's super cool. And it improves the user experience, and it actually gives you trust for Filecoin ecosystem. It's happy to use Filecoin. Don't need to go out of the Filecoin ecosystem. And then, You can invest in Filecoin and earn interest rates, and then also lending and borrowing. We can build the USD yield curve on Filecoin after having a stablecoin. So payments makes it easier, and also risk management is even easier. So, and then it gives back to the Filecoin ecosystem. This, driving economic cycle. This is so important. I think it's a huge missing piece of the stablecoin. Looking back, the MakerDAO and DAI played a huge role, a crucial role for fostering the DeFi growth, right? Without DAI, I cannot even think about the growth of the DeFi in the past. So I think this is super important for Filecoin or any other like a layer one blockchain should have the native stablecoin. Yeah, that's why we are building. And then here, the stablecoin, people imagine the US dollar stable is like a purple color. But from my past experience, it's kind of like a huge family of synthetic tokens. So US dollar pegged stablecoin is just one use case of synthetic tokens. But from then I want to expand more capability to like a basket linked, a fiat basket or crypto basket or even hybrid basket to reduce the volatility. It's just relying on the chain oracle, Chainlink or a PS oracle price. And also, the problem of the volatility, we can smoothing out by taking a look at the moving average of the Filecoin price or Bitcoin price. Just take a look at the moving average price and then tokenize the value so that you have the more stable value of the tokens. It can give you a more like a freedom. Or if you're a more risk taker, we can give you a leverage price. We can give you 2 times, 3 times, or inverse. You can buy the token, inverse token. So if the token price go down, and then there's this token price going up. So that kind of like a derivative tokens are possible. And the volatility, you want to trade volatility itself instead of the price itself. So it's also possible. And probably gas price or hash rate could be tokenized, or maybe physical devices, it could be tokenized as well. And for the benchmark, our core protocol is interest rate market, right? So we have 3-month rate and 6-month rate. We can use this as a rates oracle to create the interest rate derivatives, which is on the bottom left. So it's more like a dollar curve steepener, flattener, and more like a spread. It's more like an institutional level of hedging solution is tokenized as possible without permission, without intermediary. And lastly, there's a real world assets linked or stock index linked. Apple stock token, Tesla stock token, or SP 500, Nikkei. It is also possible to tokenize. Yeah, so these are kind of like a family. It's just one kind of idea, but first step is definitely we need US dollar stablecoin. And for the rest of it, I just show this as an example, but I think it makes a lot more sense for, listing those tokens via voting. So I prefer to let community to join and vote for which tokens to be listed and traded. I think that makes a lot of sense to follow what the market tells, what is required. So yeah. So finally, the roadmap. So we are in a kind of introduction state. We just launched protocol and start to build a Filecoin yield curve. So it's just starting. It's kind of early stage. And then once we grow with the point system and then Filecoin Infinity Quest, we grow and we release the stablecoin to achieve the maturity, some level of maturity, and it allows more family of synthetic token utilities. And on the last stage, basically synthetic derivatives enables more institutional scale adoption. So these like a 4 steps approach is, I think it's gonna happen from now. So please join Secured Finance app and please deposit and start earning points. And thank you very much.